Hey 7th graders, today's lesson is 2.6 natural selection. If you guys are watching this, you are my purple group. If you guys are not 100% sure which group you are, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys where to find that out now. So go ahead and move on to slide 2. Okay, slide 2 looks a little something like this. Hold up. Okay, slide 2 looks a little something like this. And what you guys will see is this link right at the top. If you guys go ahead and right click and open that link up, it should take you guys into this page. And the first thing that should pop up is your color group. So if you are seeing this slide right here, you are in fact purple group and you're in the right spot. If you are not, then you guys will need to navigate to the correct video so you guys know you're doing the right lesson. All right, purple group, today you will only be completing slides 17 through 26. So let's go ahead and skip all these next slides that are all color-coded green, and we're going to go ahead down to slide 17, which is our first purple slide. Okay, so your warm-up today is activity 1. You guys will be looking at this histogram here about body armor in australopes. In this lesson, you will investigate a population of australopes with variation for armor traits. There are carnithons in the environment, and carnithons are more likely to eat australopes with less armor, a little less chewy, I guess. Observe the histogram and images of the australopes below. Make predictions about what will happen to the australopes in an environment with carnithons by answering the questions. So you guys can kind of see we have a little bit of every armor type here, little less of type 10. And then you guys can see what these armor looks like. So this australope has the armor level 1, and this one has armor level 10. So you guys can notice obviously a big difference in those little butt spikes right there. All right, so your question is, look at the australope above with armor level 1. What do you think is likely to happen to this australope? So use your draw tool to circle your answer there. And then which australope pictured above do you think will likely have more offspring and why? Do not forget to answer why here. That is important. Okay. All right, moving on. You guys are going to be doing a little card sort in activity 2. So open the natural selection sorting tool activity, australope armor. Your guys' link is right here, so you guys can go ahead, right click that, open it up, and it will take you guys into this sorting tool here. So on the right hand side, you guys will notice that there's a bunch of cards. You guys can have an unlimited supply of those cards. So if you guys sort a card and you move it over to your screen here, another one will show up. You guys are going to be doing kind of almost 3 different card sorts in this. So if we look at the directions, your goal is to sort the australope cards according to the instructions below, then answer the questions. So read the australope cards again. These are all right on the right hand side for you, so you guys can see this australope has a body armor of 7. Its average number of offspring is 8, and its average lifespan is about 10 generations. Remember, generations are different from years. So if we're talking about generations, we're talking about an individual having a baby. That baby grows up and has babies. Those babies grow up and have babies. So that process happens 10 times. And all the while, this single australope here is still kicking it. Okay? So let's talk about your 3 different card sorts. So your first one, you're going to sort the cards by armor level, the weakest to the strongest. So we're going to do that one right here in this top row. So you can see the left side is the weakest, the right side is the strongest. So we would look over here and say, all right, armor, which one has the weakest armor? Probably this one right here that really doesn't have much armor at all. You guys would drag that over and drop it right here, okay? Which one's our strongest? Probably our 10 right there with the big butt spikes, and then you guys would arrange in between accordingly. Okay, next one you're going to do is fewest offspring to most offspring, and shortest lifespan to longest lifespan. When you guys have all those done, examine kind of how they're arranged over here. Okay, you'll see some distinctive patterns, and that will help you answer the next questions. But first, you guys will need to take a screenshot and insert it right here. So remember that if you guys are using a Chromebook, in order to screenshot your sorting tool, you guys will hold down the Control and the Shift key, and then you guys will press the little key above the number 6. It's a little rectangle with 2 vertical lines off to the right hand side. Then you guys will click and drag click capture, and then it'll say down in the bottom right hand corner that is copied to the clipboard. So all you will need to do is come into your assignment and hit Control V to paste it. Then you guys can resize it and make it easier to see. If you guys are using something other than a Chromebook, you guys will need to search for your snipping tool, click New, click and drag, copy it with Control C, and paste it Control V. Okay? At this point, you guys should know how to do that, but if not, you guys can come get help. And then answer these questions here. Which armor trait is adaptive and will become more common over many generations? So you guys will circle one of those using your draw tool. Select any of the responses below that help you explain how the trait will become more common. So you might have more than one option there that explains why that trait's going to be more common. Okay? Finally, these 3 questions. What pattern did you notice when sorting the cards by armor level, number of offspring, then by lifespan? I kind of already alluded to that this question was coming. And why does this pattern exist? Okay, so why is that pattern there? It's not arbitrary, it's not random. Okay, after many generations, which trait will be the most common? And again, don't forget to answer why. Okay, moving on to your last activity, you guys have a little read to do about otters and the bottleneck effect. So you guys will find out that the bottleneck effect is some kind of environmental condition or some kind of condition that happens that affects a population of animals where it wipes out most of the animals. And when it does that, it wipes out a lot of genetic variation. Okay, so it's kind of like if you guys have a bottle with a skinny neck full of beads and you take 3 shakes and you only dump out a little bit of beads, that's what's left to represent that population. Okay, all the rest of the beads are now gone. They don't show kind of what those organisms would look like. So read this article here and then answer the question, what trait do otters have that is adaptive to their ocean environment? So talk about their adaptations that they have. And then how did the otters' environment change from the years 1741 to 1911? What happened in that time frame that basically caused this bottleneck effect to happen with the otters? Okay, and then these last 2 questions, why did the change cause a bottleneck effect in the otter population? And do you think the population will be able to restore its former distribution? So back before the 1700s, do you think they'll ever look the same again? Explain why or why not. Okay, and that is it for today. You guys need to do your wrap up, which I don't know where your guys' wrap up went for that, but there will be one here in a second. 4, 3, 2, 1, or do you have any questions? Yes or no? If you guys have any questions, don't forget to type them in. And then finally, rank yourself 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you think you did? And you guys are all done for the day. Don't forget to hand it in, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Bye.